guess there's still some hope.
How did you feel about his dad's suggestions to?
Yeah, so we're going to get to the family too. So we're going to start with his family?
Might as well.
We might as well, because we done started with his family. Yeah,
Chris's dad gave her instructions on the number of times his son needs to be serviced. And
service, not serviced.
Yeah, I thought that was, I don't know, I don't plan to do that to.
Oh, listen, your children will kill you. Don't do that. So first of all, Chris's dad was very impressed with Paige, which was nice, but also a little creepy. It kind of got borderline, somebody please sit this man down somewhere. But yeah, he made a point of discussing how often they are intimate with her, which was very inappropriate. The family's,
dynamic is different.
It's different. What's funny is, I don't know if I understood. Do you know if Chris's parents are still together?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
But the dad, that's an uncomfortable chat with anyone, especially somebody you've never seen before in life. He seemed very comfortable having that conversation.
Right.
So if that's where you start out at uncomfortable.
Next family to talk about, I guess, would be Brianna and Vincent, their families.
Yeah. So did you notice that her dad did not crack a smile?
Not even a little bit.
I thought Chris's mama looked concerned, but Brianna's dad was like,
yeah, he ain't feeling it. But look, I get it, because I got daughters, and,
But you know what, though? That's what I thought. I thought he wasn't feeling it. But I think there may have been some other things at play, because when he spoke with Vincent, he seemed very supportive. He really did. He told him, you know what, if you need anything, give me a call. Now I'm your dad. I was actually kind of shocked. I was like, oh, I didn't know that he felt that way, because, the look during the ceremony was totally different. But now I'm starting to think he's just a little self-conscious about his smile.
That might be it. Yeah. That might be it.
Yeah.
So, Cousins toasting, or Cousins toast telling Brianna to smile and nod if she didn't understand Spanish at the family reunion was kind of cute. See, Vincent is it Haitian? Is he Haitian?
No, he's
Dominican. Yeah, Dominican.
Dominican, yeah. Vincent is Dominican. Yeah, so they speak Spanish.
Whole family speaks Spanish. One guy told her, says, look, when you're there, you're talking to grandma, just nod your head. If you don't understand, just nod your head.
Absolutely. Yeah, but you know what? His family was very warm and welcoming towards her, and I think she could feel that.
Yeah.
And honestly, it worked both ways. I think both families really seemed very supportive. And like her mom actually expressed that she was surprised that she wasn't more of a bridezilla. But everybody seemed happy, and supportive families really go a long way.
Make a big difference.
It makes a huge difference. And so in this case, Brianna and Vincent, I think that they've got a good support system behind them. Plus they've got that mutual attraction. So I think they're going to do just fine. Yeah. So let's see, families. Eric's family. So Eric's family, we're talking about the super conservative mom.
Right.
His mom never looked too happy either, did she?
No, and she is super conservative, and I think she knows her son has already gone through a marriage, and knowing the kind of guy that Eric seems to be, he probably really loved this girl, and whatever happened probably hurt him. She'd probably not like to see her son go through that again.
Right.
So,
yeah. But see, here's my problem with that. Eric is no spring chicken.
Right.
And it is definitely time to cut the umbilical cord.
Yep.
That's actually a red flag, because why in the world is his at some point the guy's a pilot, let him fly. You know what I mean? But and then his friends also kind of, I don't think that they intimidated Virginia, but they made a point of telling her, listen, all that partying and stuff that you're talking about,
Right.
that's not him.
Right.
You know, he wants to watch a movie. Virginia's not a watch a movie girl,
Yeah.
you know.
She might calm down for a bit, but
Yeah.
sooner or later.
But listen, she was raised by a woman who came to the wedding with purple hair.
Yeah.
So,
At easily 60 plus.
okay.
So,
You think she's that old?
yeah, I do.
Probably not.
She might be. Well, I don't remember how old Eric is, but
But Virginia's only 26, I think.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think Eric
so
was
I don't think
34.
her mother is in her 60s. She might be. I don't think she is. I think you owe her an apology.
Yeah. Sorry, Mom.
Okay. Anywho, so but they each seem to get along with the families, but the families definitely kind of made it more obvious that these two really do live in two different worlds, and that's going to be something that they have to figure out how to navigate.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then there was Clara and Ryan. Mm-hmm. So his friends confirmed that they share an interest in music, and their personalities seem to fit, and that's always a good thing.
Yeah, they definitely seem to have a lot of things in common. You know, they talked about the mixtapes and whatnot, and that really amused her because that's one of her things. So yeah, I mean, again, Clara and Ryan, they definitely seem to kind of live similar lifestyles, I think, which is different than a lot of the other couples. Yeah. Yeah, so they seem to be doing okay.
But Ryan better hurry up and let that girl know he love her and he ain't gonna leave her.
Exactly. And then, of course, there was Haley and Jacob. Now, Haley and Jacob's families, you know, well, first of all, Jacob doesn't have anything to talk about other than what he does in that house. And that's not a bad thing, except, I mean, what is she going to do? Pass you the paintbrush?
Yeah, it's a 7-minute conversation and you're done.
I mean, honestly, we saw a lot of blank stares with her family and friends because he's just telling the same thing over and over. And it really, I mean, it says a little bit about him, but it doesn't, you know, not really opening up. What's your personality? You know, what do you know, who are you? And I don't think they really ever got a sense of that.
Right. And he's trapped in the 80s.
Yeah.
And a lot of his family was telling a lot of her family about that, which means he's pretty serious about it.
Right, exactly. And no one's sure that that's a good thing. Yeah. Meanwhile, you know, she's talking about all the places that she's traveled and all of this, and which it sounds great, but that's not who he is. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, that raised some flags. Even he kind of looked a little concerned about the fact that she likes to travel during the holidays because, you know, most people look, there are 365 days in a year. There's one Christmas and one Thanksgiving. And those are the days when you can only do your traveling. You know, some folks aren't cool with that. And he didn't look like that would really be his thing. Yeah. So that's going to be interesting.
And those are always the worst days because everybody and his brother's out there.
Yeah.
It's crowded.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But that seems to be a big deal to her. So, you know, he likes the beach in his backyard, but she wants the beach in Puerto Rico or something. So,
by the way, he made a beach in his backyard.
Exactly.
He went out and got some sand and put it in the backyard.
Well, and look, he made sure we knew. He's got a beach, he's got a sauna, he's got all kinds of stuff going on back there.
At his house.
Which suggests that he ain't trying to leave the house, you know. He almost sounds like, what do they call those folks who are...
a hermit or...
No, well, yeah, he said he's a bit of a hermit, but I mean, he's got it set up almost like doomsday or something, you know.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me that under the bed... roll back the carpet and pull up the floor. And
he's prepared to be there forever, ever.
He's probably got some string beans down there, some canned goods, some oatmeal.
So what do you think? You think Haley and Jacob have a shot? You think they're going to make it?
Yeah, you know, I think they want to. And I think they're both, like you say, he's up in years. And Haley is, she's not necessarily a spring chicken, so it might behoove them both to work at it.
She's only 28. She acts older, but she's only 28.
She does have an older...
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think she's feeling it.
Yeah.
I don't think she's feeling it. I guess I would say it's about a 50-50 shot with the two of them.
Right.
I don't know. What do you think about Clara and Ryan?
Clara and Ryan, I think if Ryan, she's already mentioned that, look, her biggest fear is that she doesn't want to be in love with someone and feels like they don't love her back. That's his. How convenient is this, dude? There's your obstacle,
opportunity,
right?
yeah.
That's the only thing you got to. If you can do that, so he needs to focus on that.
You feel like he'll step up?
I hope he does. I mean, he missed this. He missed the best opportunity he would ever have, but maybe we'll see. But the other thing is, maybe he didn't. Maybe he's waiting for the honeymoon in that right time, and
I think they've got maybe about a 75% chance. And the reason I say that is because I do think they are very compatible. But like you say, I mean, Ryan didn't take that opportunity to give her some reassurance that she clearly needs. So that could point to just a blind spot in general that might be an issue long term.
So do you remember how old she is, Haley? I don't remember.
Haley or Clara?
Clara. This one told me Clara. I don't remember how old she was.
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Why? Just out of curiosity.
Well, because
27.
I was going to say about Ryan, that is a rookie type mistake. So I say that you should have taken advantage of that.
Absolutely.
At a position of the experience I've had with dealing with humans. He hadn't had that kind of experience, so maybe he didn't see it. But maybe someone will say, "Hey, dude, this is what she said. So at the honeymoon, you need to go out and fry her some hot dogs or something."
That's the key to her heart, I'm sure.
Works
Not
for me.
that you don't make a mean fried hot
Works for
dog,
me.
but I don't know how many points it's gotten over the years.
Right.
Okay, so what about Eric and Virginia? I like them so much.
Me
I
too.
want them to work, but I don't know, man.
I'm afraid the no party thing, I don't know if she's ready to give that up.
Yeah.
And even if she is, I don't know if her friends are going to let her.
Well, and here's the thing. So there's a preview, and of course they always try to scare you in the previews. We know how that works. But one of the conversations they are going to have is the issue of male friends. He does not believe that males and females can be platonic friends, and she seems to really feel that, listen, I'm not giving up my male friends. I've got some good friends, and you need to learn how to trust me. So so they have some fundamental differences in the way they see things.
Yeah. She needs to talk to Harry, because when he met Sally, he told her that men and women can't be friends.
So you think it's true?
I think there's a lot of truth in it. Yep.
There's a lot of truth in it. I'll say this: I don't have any close male friends. Not like that. And certainly I don't have any close male friends. And I've got friends.
Yeah,
but more like acquaintances.
Yeah, I have female acquaintances.
Yeah.
Mostly work people or somebody at church or something like that.
Right.
But I don't make it a point to go out and party and hang out with. No.
Right. Yeah, unless we're together.
Yeah.
Right. Mutual friends. That's one thing. Yeah. But yeah. So I'm gonna give Eric and Virginia. I'm going to say they have about a 60% chance, because, I do think that there are a lot of areas of compatibility. They're just going to have to overcome some of these differences. And I really think a lot of it has to do with whether or not Miss Virginia really is ready to kind of settle down. So, and I don't know if she is. She's a cute girl, a sweet girl, but she's a wild thing.
Yeah, she's got some calming down to do, some changes to make, and I think I don't know how much she can expect him to change and go for that, because, well, first of all, he is an airline pilot.
You like to bring that up.
Well, because you can't have alcohol in your system over X amount of, you got to be done with that.
Right.
So if
Denzel did it, but
yeah. And he flew upside down. See what happened?
But Eric don't have no Hollywood studio behind him, so he got to get some get right now. Yeah. Well, he's got some. He just got to make sure Virginia doesn't take it. Brianna and Vincent, I feel like they've got. I'm going to give them 80%, maybe even more. I don't know. I hope they don't disappoint me.
Yeah, I think they can make it. I think they're a cute couple. They seem to be right in that same little vein there. She likes him, he likes her. Look, the attraction is a big part, and they've got it. So no questions asked about it.
Now, Paige and Chris, again, they ought to work, but he is just a lot.
Yeah.
He is a lot. I don't know. I mean, put it this way. On paper, I would give them 90%. When he opens his mouth, it drops 50-50.
Yep. See, the problem is, so I try not to keep any secrets in our marriage. I try. I mean, she can pick up my phones, and I don't even put codes on them. And if I do, I make sure she has them. My computers, all that stuff. She has carte blanche, any of that stuff. Because I believe if you can keep one secret,
okay,
and he's been keeping a couple of secrets, I'm betting you we haven't heard them all yet. And
now, okay, the preview suggests that some weirdness is happening. First of all, we're going to see Chris's temper, as if that's necessary.
Right.
And then somebody's pregnant. I think the internets are suggesting that it may be an ex. And that wouldn't surprise me at all. So, I mean, he's just full of surprises, you know.
I saw a preview also where Paige was speaking with Pastor Cal. And Pastor Cal asked her if they'd been having sex. She said, that's all we do. And he asked,
well, that ain't exactly how she put it, but she said they're doing a lot.
Yeah. And are you using any protection? She said, no. That could be so there's a lot of...
Right. Which wouldn't be a problem if they had a good solid foundation, but we're not sure. But I do find it interesting for somebody that wasn't fully attracted to their wife. He certainly don't have any problems keeping his hands off of her.
All about the base.
Exactly. So, but again, it's really just about how she manages that personality. If she, when you understand somebody, you know where they're coming from. Some things you understand. Okay, that's what he said, but I know this fool. That's not what they meant. You know what I mean? And if she can get on that level with him and be comfortable with it, again, on paper they look great, but in real life, what do you think? Do you think she should run?
I'm going to say 40%, 40%, maybe lower.
Yeah, Paige might need to run.
Yeah.
Poor Paige.
Because he's got some stuff.
Yeah.
And the internet's also showing, look, so I think everybody knows he likes to talk about how successful he is, and he owns a restaurant. And it turns out, he never, and maybe it was some kind of a contractual thing, I don't know, that he couldn't mention the name of the franchise that he was, but it's a Subway. Now, nothing against Subway. They're a great outfit, and I'm sure a lot of people make a lot of money.
And they're successful.
Yeah, but when you say I own a restaurant, how many get the...
Yeah, most people don't think fast food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And...
they don't think sandwiches.
So, I mean, he likes to do that. You do that once, you do it a million times.
And I noticed, he's supposed to be this entrepreneur, which, and I'm not saying that he isn't,
right.
But he says to Paige, I'm just about to close on my first house, which I'm flipping, but the first house. So, I mean, all of this is new stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, but you're acting like you're already this big time success. And it sounds like he is doing well in terms of the financial management deal. And that's good. And he's trying to parlay that into some other things. Look, everybody has to start somewhere, but don't pretend that you're up here if you're still kind of creeping. You see what I'm saying? And he thinks so highly of himself, maybe a little prematurely, and understand that this COVID-19 thing has had a negative effect on a lot of people. But from what I understand, Subway is closed. Yeah. So he can already go ahead and take that off the resume. And again, not trying to be funny, because I mean, we've all been negatively affected by this whole pandemic. I get it. And I'm sure for a new business, it was quite challenging. It's been challenging for established businesses. So not trying to be negative, but at the same time, he's presenting himself as really, honestly, once we started talking about, the move to Florida was in 2017 and all of this, and I'm sitting there going, well, all of this is real new. You know what I mean? So you can't, listen, it don't take well, how long did it take us to build a business? I mean, it takes years to build a business. And so for you to really just be starting out and already, have such a big head,
anything could happen.
Anything can happen. So lots of red flags with Chris. Chris is going to make somebody a good husband one day, but I don't know if he's going to be Paige's, forever husband, which is really unfortunate. And again, I'm not wishing them ill. I want them to work, but I just don't know if I believe she should have to do what it takes to stick it out with him, because I feel like he's got a lot of work to do, and she's, I think she's got too much going on to spend too much of her energy into trying to get him to where he needs to be.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what we think.
Love to know what you think. So put a comment in the comment section down there.
Here's what I want to know. I got a real question. Please answer my question. Do you think that these so-called experts, no offense to the experts, but do you think that they should even have really put Chris in the mix? I don't know what the criteria is, how they decide
I'd love to know
who's
it.
ready.
Yep.
But should he even be a candidate for this? How many candidates were passed over for this child who needs Jesus?
I'll
more Jesus.
I'll bet at least one or two candidates who weren't engaged 3 months ago.
Exactly. Yeah. Anyhow, I want to know what you think. So please let us know. And we are not going to be this late with our video next week. We're going to take care of business, get some technology issues under control. But we thank you so much for watching. We appreciate your support, and we're going to see you next time. I'm Niecy.
I'm Chad. Bye-bye.
And we'll see you later.